Hello, everyone, and welcome to Panda Talks Football. And welcome to the 5 things we learned from Barcelona's recent 1-0 loss against Leganes at home. That was seriously a shambolic performance for the team. And let's start. The first thing we are going to talk about is that Lewandowski seriously needs to improve, man. Like, even after leading the stats of the Europe with 16 goals in 17 games, he was the major culprit who led us to lose the match. Look at the stats, by the way. We had 20 shot, 4 on target, 3 big chances, and we missed all the 3 big chances. And out of them, 2 big chances were missed by the Lewandowski. This is not something which we would expect out of the best striker in the world. That too in a game such as this, against an opponent such as Leganes, which is just a newly promoted team. He was the major culprit who let us down. Even in the previous matches, he hasn't been that awesome. Specifically, the La Liga matches we have lost. It has also been upon the Lewandowski's shoulder. We need some serious improvement from his side, or else the La Liga would be gone. Please wake up Robert Lewandowski up and have some responsibility upon your shoulders. The next point to talk about is the questionable man management shown by the Hansi Flick's team in the yesterday's match. So the assistant manager Marcus Sog was present on the touchline instead of Hansi Flick. I don't know if he did not have the communication with the Hansi Flick or there was something he felt some lack of the power or whatever, but the man management was seriously horrible. First of all, what was the need of playing Lamine Yamal till the 70th minute when the teenager is himself asking to be substituted? The assistant manager was so confused that he kept on playing the injured teenager Lamine Yamal till the 70th minute. And yes, that has led to an injury. The 2024 of Lamine Yamal is over. He won't be playing as Atletico Madrid. Why were we even forcing him to play that much? Do we don't trust the players who were on the bench? Ferran Torres, Pablo Torre, Fermin Lopez. Anybody could have come to fill the void. Why they were not brought in, I don't know. The second thing I want to be talk about regarding this man management thing, that the substitute were done very late into the game. Like, as you know, Dani Olmo was having the worst game of his career at Barcelona. Same goes for Lewandowski. He was not good. Then why did we wait that much to substitute them off? We saw the first half, they were not performing. We should have brought in Fermin Lopez and Ferran Torres early into the match. And we showed that when they came in at the 66th minute, they brought in more energy into the game. Had they been brought in earlier, the game outcome would have been different. Why was the assistant manager so scared of bringing out Dani Olmo? I don't know, but that was just a horrible, so atrocious decision making by the coaching staff as well. They also deserve the blame of the game. The third thing we just have to talk about right now is that Dani Olmo or Fermin Lopez. When we signed Dani Olmo, they were questioned that are we not going to play Fermin Lopez at the attacking mid because he was in serious form at that point of time coming off the Olympic. But despite the great start to his Barcelona career, Dani Olmo is seriously struggling, specifically against the teams in the La Liga and the low block. He was horrible in the previous 2 La Liga games, and as today, this was the worst game of his career. So I do think that if Dani Olmo continues this dip in his form, Flex should seriously consider giving minutes or even starting Fermin Lopez or even Pablo Torre at that position, who have shown that they can perform really well at that position. I don't know why is Pablo Torre not being trusted by Hans Flick and his team that much, because if Dani Olmo is horrible, I don't want him to start the next game. That is something. These don't need to be rules. There has to be some policy, some strict action whenever the player underperforms. And that is why I want Dani Olmo at the bench and Fermin Lopez or even Pablo Torre to start in the next game against Atletico. That's all. The fourth thing as of today is that the loss of this game is mainly upon the player's shoulder. You just cannot blame the coach entirely for it, because we still had the 20 shots on target, 80% possession. The system of Hansi Flick was working. It was actually the player who kept on missing the chances. Lewandowski missing the 2 big chances. Kunde missing the chances. Dani Olmo missing chances. How are you even gonna win? The players behind you, Pedri and Casado, they were incredible. Your defense was good as well. Despite conceding early in the first half, defense did a well job, in my opinion. With so many big chances, we failed to win this game, just like the previous ones, like against the Real Sociedad and the Las Palmas. And the major blame just lies upon the shoulders of the players, because they just throw away the game. And that is just not acceptable. Not acceptable at Barcelona. So if we lose La Liga at the end of the season, the blame is primarily upon the players. It's not Hansi Flick's issue. And finally, I'm gonna be talking about the gloomy future ahead, since we have developed a lot of Yamal dependencia since the start of the season. And we have seen our team struggling a lot when Yamal was not in the game or he was not having his best game. And the worst thing is, he's out against one of the most crucial games of La Liga against Atletico Madrid. And nobody knows when he will return. According to the initial report, The recovery time is set to be the 4 weeks. He's going to miss at least 2 or 3 next La Liga games. And if we fail to get the win in the next games, La Liga just might be over for us. And that is just horrible. The only thing we can do as of today is to hope for the best but prepare for the worst. FC Barcelona fans need to lower their expectation because even though we had a good purple patch at the start of the season, we have just got the reality checks. The players in our squad, they lack the quality. They are not as good as we expected them to be. And don't be surprised if we get another trophyless season this time because a lot of players need to be changed. Specifically, we need a squad depth in this team. Anyways, that was all for today. I hope you liked the video and kindly press the subscribe button. Visca El Barça.